Hey guys, it's Roscoe, and on the Space Coach today, I'm going to be reviewing this, Myths and Fables by George Mann. It did not take me very long to read it at all. You see, it's not that thick, and I'd read almost half of it just yesterday on the train home. So I finished it off on the train back home tonight. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Great little stories in here. Like with the Legends of Luke Skywalker, it's like there's bits of truth in there, but make of it what you will. So we did check out the first several stories. There was one that was clearly was Ben Kenobi in his exile on Tatooine, helping the Sand People despite the fact they kidnapped him by taming the Krayt Dragon so it won't attack them. That was a very good one. I'll just run through the others. The Droid with a Heart, that was the one about General Grievous's tactical droid slightly changing his orders so loads of battle droids would not just get destroyed immediately upon landing. So that was a good one. Vengeful Waves. Now, which one? That was the one about the Anselmi and the Nautilons on Glian Selman, how over time they became divided, and the Anselmi went to the land, abused the land, and their civilization was destroyed by the sea. So it's very Atlantis, if you ask me. So what else was there? The Wanderer. Now let me just check if that's the one I think it is. Yes. Because this is a companion piece to one of the latest stories, The Wanderer. This guy, he turns up in times of trouble to help the residents of the city of, was it Solace, I think? On the planet Serotia, before it was destroyed by the Dark Wraith. So yes, I like this. He helps them against pirates. He's very kind to the people. And I think there was also, was this the one where there was a... pirates set up an illegal mining operation that delve too deeply and unleash basically what's like giant cockroaches that are attacking the people, and they particularly love feasting on children. So he essentially does the Pied Piper of Hamelin thing and takes them all the way back to that pit, and they know they must never dig there again or those creatures will return. But obviously he has a green lightsaber to help him out as well. So I assume he's like a wandering Jedi, because he just seems to appear out of the mists and then disappears back again. Or maybe he's a hermit like Obi-Wan Kenobi, but just on that planet. But we will come back to that later, because there's a very interesting second part of that story. Now, the Black Spire, I will just find the picture for that one, is set on Batuu. There's a couple of stories set on Batuu in Whole Oran Park, because obviously Disney are really pushing Galaxy's Edge, and any way they can crowbar it into anything, they will do. But that was also a very good one. That was just is this the one about the girl and her, yeah, this girl, and she's got two brothers, two sisters and a brother, but the pirates who are also there on that planet basically are stealing them one by one. So she is the last one left, but she meets what clearly is a Jedi who's not interfering. He will not act on her behalf, but he gives her words of encouragement like, only you can save your brother and sisters and all that sort of thing. And he gives her the self-confidence to act, and she does indeed save her brother and sisters. Now the other ones we've got, Gaze of Stone was very interesting and introduced a new Darth into the canon. Let's see, page 97. So, this Twi'lek statue on Moraband, or as it was known, Korriban, and I assume that might be the Darth involved. But basically, if you recall from the Darth Vader comic, the ones that's set on Mustafar, where he's building his Dark Temple, Lord Momin, the guy is very much like that, you know, like Sith apprentice or whatever, kills the master, wants to kill the master, all that sort of thing. But basically, there's this Twi'lek child born who's just a bit wrong, obviously because he's part of the dark side, and no one likes him, everyone stays away, even his family are fearful of him. But there is someone, his name is Rai Nimbus, but someone comes to take him away, and his name is Darth Caldoth, Caldoth. Now, I don't think it specifies what race he is, But it doesn't matter, they're like the master and the apprentice. The master gives little bits of crumbs of knowledge to the apprentice. The apprentice wants to overthrow the master, and that's generally how the Sith work. But anyway, over the years, Ryan Nimbus becomes strong in the dark side. They go on many different adventures, finding ancient Sith artifacts and bits of hidden history and other schemes that they've got going on. But obviously he wants to overthrow his master and take all the power for himself. It does not work out so well for him, because he set a trap for his master where there's this incantation he's going to recite that will turn his master to living stone. Of course, the master knows all about this and thinks this is an easy way to divert his attention. He will concentrate on that while I lay my own trap. And that trap is the Twi'lek is the one who gets turned to stone, because the incantation that he recites is incorrect, so it rebounds back on him. And that is the statue that you see at the beginning there. And he's been locked in that form for thousands of years. Deservedly so, because he's not a nice person. So the other ones we have, let's see. Try to find the title page with all of the, yes. The Witch and the Wookiee is interesting, and it's like the Goldilocks, the gingerbread house, Hansel and Gretel. It's that kind of thing. These pirates who've robbed other pirates of their treasure land on this planet. They want to find somewhere to hide their treasure. They stumble across a house in the woods, and with a harmless old lady in there, and there's piles and piles of treasure just in her house. So obviously they want to relieve her of that. But she is a witch. And from some of the descriptions, it's almost like she's like Mother Talzin. The dress, it specifies black and red robes, for instance. But anyway, she's got a familiar, as all witches have. In this case, a Wookiee. So it does not go too well for those pirates, and they barely escape with their lives, and certainly without their treasure. I thoroughly enjoyed that one. It was an interesting take on that Hansel and Gretel house in the woods thing. What else do we have? There's not that many others. The Dark Wraith. Now that is the companion piece to The Wanderer, and it is set sometime after that. So let me just find that one now. Yes, The Dark Wraith. There is a frontispiece for that. And there is The Dark Wraith. And you see, that is the ruins of the city that we saw previously. Now, basically, the city's fallen into corruption and all that sort of thing. And there's this Dark Wraith will come and take you away or kill you if you've been bad. Again, it's a play on some of our own myths and fables, like the boogeyman basically will come and get you, or any of those. But the people don't really learn from this. So one night, the whole city gets destroyed. Nearly everyone is killed, apart from a handful, of course, who can tell the tale and warn others never to go there. But what I thought was very interesting, the people were praying for not praying, but wanted the Wanderer to come and help them, but he does not show up and has not been seen for a long time. And I think the Dark Wraith is the Wanderer who's fallen to the dark side. That certainly was the impression that I got. So it's a fascinating story, those two parts, the light side and the dark side. Like I said, I believe it's the Wanderer who fell to the dark side and destroyed the city as a lesson to everyone else. Although it's odd because it's almost like the whole naughty or nice thing, or actually think of the Shrike in Hyperion. That's probably a better example. It will just come and take you. Although it had less motive than this one does. He specifically turns up for people who have not been acting good. So maybe he's still got some twisted sense of honour, even though he's fallen to the dark side, that people who are bad still need to be punished. But really, really good story. And then I think there was just one other, and Chasing Ghosts. There's a frontispiece for that. And this guy here, he's like a pirate smuggler type, but he's got a bounty hunter on his tail, and she's the best bounty hunter in the galaxy, and he cannot shake her off. So he ends up on Batuu, where everybody ends up washing up in due course. And the only way he can divert her is if he presents a better target. So he comes up with this story of this amazing bounty hunter, treasure seeker type of thing, who is like a thief who's like, people don't even know they've been stolen until after the fact and all that sort of stuff. And so they're all now looking to find her and relieve her of her goods, meaning he can escape while they're concentrating on that. And even the bounty hunter who's after him is now interested in this other target. But of course, it doesn't even exist, this other person. So yes, a very good escape by him. But those are the tales in Myths and Fables, basically. Like I said, it's a very easy read. I got this yesterday, finished it today. Thoroughly enjoyed. Like I said, I got this for $4.99 because I got a tenner off with my Waterstones card. But yeah, great stuff. Absolutely loved it. It was worth the wait, even though it did not take me long to rip right through it. So I do recommend this to you guys. Why don't you let me know which is your favourite story if you've read it? Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this content. Leave me a comment or suggestion for a common topic you'd like to see discussed, or like the video.